Fun Facts presents the 1952, 53, 54 Jaguar XK120. It is a late 40s, 50s classic car. It was introduced back in 1948 and ran through 1954. Most of the images are 52, 53, 54. And I am excited. This is a beautiful car. I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get started now. All right, the Jaguar XK120 is a roadster sports car manufactured by Jaguar between 1948 and 1954. It was Jaguar's first sports car since SS 100 production ended in 1939. The XK120 was launched in the open two-seater as a U.S. roadster form at the 1948 Motor Show as a test bed and show car for the new Jaguar XK engine, designed by Jaguar Chief Engineer William Haynes. The display car was the first prototype chassis number 660001. It looked almost identical to the production cars, except that the straight outer pillars of its windscreen were curved on the production version. The sports car caused a sensation, which persuaded Jaguar founder and chairman William Lyons to put it into production. Way to go, Billy. Beginning in 1948, the first 242 cars wore wood-framed, open two-seater bodies with aluminum panels. Production switched to the 1CWT, or 112-pound, heavier all steel in the early 1950s. So the 120 in the name referred to the aluminum's car 120 mile per hour top speed, which made it the world's fastest production car at that time of its launch. So in 1949, the first production car, chassis number 670003, was delivered to Clark Gable. The XK120 was ultimately available in three versions or body styles. First, as an open two-seater, described in the U.S. market as a roadster, then as a fixed head coupe from 1951, and finally as a drop head coupe from 1953. All two-seaters and available with left-hand drive or right-hand drive. However, certain special equipment roadster and fixed head coupe cars were produced between 1948 and 1949, denoted by an S preceding the chassis number. The special equipment cars were sold as an early production build for enthusiasts. A version with a smaller engine, a 2-liter 4-cylinder, designated the XK100 and intended for the UK market, was canceled prior to production. On the 30th of May 1949, on the empty Austin-Jabke motorway in Belgium, a prototype XK120, timed by the officials of the Royal Automobile Club of Belgium, achieved an average of runs in opposing directions of 132.6 miles per hour, with the windscreen replaced by just one small aero screen and a cataloged alternative top gear ratio, and 135 miles per hour with a passenger side tonneau cover in place. In 1950 and 1951, at the Autodrome a banked oval track in France, an open XK120s averaged over 100 miles per hour for 24 hours and over 130 miles per hour for an hour. In the 1952, a fixed head coupe took numerous world records for speed and distance when it's averaged 100 miles per hour for a week. The XK120s were also highly successful in racing and rallying. The first 242 production XK120s, hand-built with aluminum bodies on ash framing mounted on a steel chassis, mostly copied the Jaguar Mark V chassis using many of the same parts, were constructed between late 1948 and early 1950 to meet demand, and beginning with the 1950 model year, all subsequent XK120s were mass produced with pressed steel bodies, aluminum doors, a aluminum bonnet, and a boot lid were retained. The DHC and the FHC versions, more luxuriously appointed than the consistently exposed open cars. They had headwind up windows and wood veneers on the dashboard and interior. The open two-seaters, lightweight canvas top, and detachable side screens stowed out of sight behind the seats. Its doors had no external handles. There was an interior pull cord accessed through a flap in the side screens when the weather equipment was in place. The windscreen could be removed for aero screens to be fitted. The drop head coupe had a padded lined canvas top which folded into the rear deck behind the seats when retracted, and the roll-up windows with opening quarter lights. The flat glass two-piece windscreen was set in steel frame, was integrated with the body, and painted the same color. Dashboards and door caps in both the DHC and the closed coupe were wood veneered, whereas the open cars were leather trimmed. All models had removable fender skirts covering the rear wheel arches, which enhanced the streamlined look. On cars fitted with optional center-locked wire wheels, available from 1951, the spats were omitted as they gave insufficient clearance for the chromed, two-eared Rouge Whiteworth knockoff hubs. Chromium-plated wire wheels were optional from 1953. Factory standard 6 by 16 inch cross-ply tires were fitted on a 16 by 5K solid wheels pre-1951. And it used the 185 VR16 Pirelli radial tires, available as a later option. In addition, two wire wheels, upgrades on the special equipment version, called the M version for the modified in the United States, included increased power, stiffer suspension, and a dual exhaust system, and that would have been an upgrade known as the SE, the special equipment version. The Motor Magazine road tested an XK120 in November of 1949. This pre-production car, chassis number 66001, road registered as an HKV 455, was the first prototype built. It was also the 1948 London Motor Show display model and had been driven by Prince Bira in the 1949 Silverstone production car race. When tested, it had the 8-to-1 compression ratio, was fitted with an under tray, and ran with a hood and side screens in place. The magazine reported a top speed of 124.6 miles per hour, acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 10 seconds, and the fuel consumption of 19.8 miles per imperial gallon. The car, as tested, cost 1,263 euros, including taxes. The XK120M for the US market accelerated from 0 to 60 in 8.7 seconds. Top speed was 132 miles per hour by speedometer, but actual top speed was about 120 miles per hour. Well, if you found yourself this far into the video, we'd certainly like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch our video. And if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up because it really does help our channel. And if you like our channel, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of cars in the 50s right now, and that's really where we're going to spend, I think, the next, couple of months. There's just so many fascinating cars that I would know very little about, and maybe most people out there finding my channel might be intrigued to see some of the designs. And it's just amazing that some of the horsepower that they had back then, because I would have never known that, and it's just pretty amazing. So again, thank you for taking the time. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel, we'll look forward to seeing when we upload our next video. And always, always, always take good care